All right. Hello, everyone. How you guys are doing? If you guys made it thus far, I think it's a great deal. It's been a heavy 2 days. You guys have attended a lot of sessions, and I hope they were very interesting. Uh, thanks a lot. Firstly, thanks a lot for attending the session. This is the DevOps show, and I promise I'm going to keep this short because it's the last one, and you guys might have already been tired. And I also want to keep this very, very simple and basic so that everyone understands this and uh, we can go ahead now, I think, right? So yeah, let's get started. Before we start, let me just tell you a small story. There is this my good friend called Soham from Nagaland. Nagaland, for some if you don't know, it's a very beautiful state in the northeastern part of India. So he's working in the software company and he had this work from home. So he started his day as usual at 9 a.m. in the morning. And as soon as he opened the laptop with his coffee, he gets a mail from his manager says, "Oh, this thing doesn't work. Please fix as soon as possible. Client is behind us." And he cuts that. Now this guy gets into panic mode and he starts working whole day throughout the day, hustling, doing not sure what he was doing. And finally he was able to fix that, but he was very upset with himself. Like it took whole day for this one task. But what did he do? He just changed the background image of a website and it took him the whole day. Oh my god. Uh, I was like not convinced. Why would changing a background image or a color of a website take a whole day? Then I started asking him, why did you face this issue? It shouldn't be so hectic or so disastrous that it took whole day to fix this small issue. Then he started explaining his pain points. So his company is pretty much old school and the process approvals are very slow. Like even though poor guy, he made changes and he doesn't know where to go to get the approvals, he started asking everyone and finally he gets the approval to push. Then there is this testing team who doesn't support him. He has to buzz them every time, like at least two to three times for every hour he buzz them, and finally uh, they like hesitantly help him out. And then once that is done, he had to manually deploy into his servers. And in this process, there was some miscommunications, some frustration that he got, and he was totally pissed off with what happened that day. So after he explained all these things, I thought, why not solve his problem and get more details about his problem and try to figure it out in our way. So what we did was we tried to create a similar environment in our like in similar application or similar website that he was working on. We tried to bring it on in our environment, and we created a similar problem that he had, and we tried to solve it. So now let us look at what the problem was and how we solved it actually. So for this, we used Jira Cloud, Bitbucket Cloud, Jenkins, and Tomcat for the deployment of the application. So yeah, first thing, we have an issue in Jira. It says background image is missing in the homepage. Now, unlike his manager, my team lead was very kind. He actually posted the error screenshot, and this says, "Oh, there should be something here, and this is missing. This should not be the case, right?" So now we know exactly what the problem is, and we can start troubleshooting. Now we have integrated all these tools together. Now, if you can see in the Jira board itself, we have Bitbucket related stuff. How many commits have happened? How many pull requests have happened already with this issue? We can also create a new branch in our Bitbucket. So we go ahead and create a new branch and maybe name it with, say, BG image, which is what we are working on. Maybe I'll add my name, Kashyap. So let us make this simple. Now I created this branch. So this is created in the branch where our source code is there. Then using the git bash, what I'll do is I just check out to my branch. TDP-1-bg image-Kashyap. Will this work? No, I think I'm missing something. So let me try to do it again. All right, this is not happening. Let us try to pull our code in the master first in our base location and then try to do this. Because sometimes Git doesn't sync the branches actually. So if you see, yeah, now if you can see the new branch is added here, I think now I can kind of check out to my branch. Yeah, there you go. I checked out to my branch. And then I generally use Visual Studio Code for editing the code. Like it is easier and it is very interactive as well. So now let us look at the actual problem, if it is really there or not. So here's our website. Let me reload it. Yeah, the issue still persists, but we have a hint here. We have a URL that says so and so image should be here, but it is not currently visible. So this is kind of a hint for us. So maybe we can copy this and try to see where is this in our code. So I go here, I kind of paste it and I search it. So yeah, if you see this, this is a basic HTML code where we have this very URL in the alt, but it is not there in the source. So I think that should be it, and we should just paste the URL here so that this issue will be fixed. So what I do is I copy this thing again and I paste this in the source. Let me double check if this is the correct URL. So image.svg, that's the extension. So yeah, changes are made. I'll save this. Then we'll kind of add it to our repository. Then commit it, saying added the image in src. So which is what we did. And let's see if this commits. Yes, the changes are committed. Then what I do is git push. So git push will merge my thing into the master branch. Let's see if this happens. Yes, this did happen. Later I go into my Bitbucket, create a pull request. So pull request is a process where we merge whatever changes we do in our branch to master branch. So yeah, maybe I'll add a key here for my issue so that it is easy for me to recognize it later. I'll add the same thing. So Vedant is my manager. I'll create the pull request. So yeah. So if you can see here, it's as simple as for the approver, like who is about to approve it, can see the changes what were made. Previously, there was nothing here. Then we added this URL. And let's see if he merges or approves it. If he doesn't, maybe as this is demo, I have the permissions to approve it myself. This is not the case. Originally, the approver whom we sent should actually approve it. So I can approve it and then merge it to the master branch. So I merge it. So merge is in progress. So then once the code is merged, we have this very good pipeline that is created in Jenkins. So what this does is, like any application, we write it in some code. then it gets compiled, and then it gets deployed, right? So we have this 3 basic steps of preparation, build, and deployment. So in preparation, what we do is we get the changes from the Bitbucket into Jenkins as we integrated them. And then what we do is we kind of compile it, and then we deploy it into the environment. All these 3 things happen automatically once we click on build. So this is kind of automation which my friend Soham did not have. He had to do all this manually, which took a lot of time for him. So I just click on build now. Is it happening? Let me reload this page. Yeah, session time of issue. So I have logged in again. I clicked on build. So this should happen any moment. So if you can see, each step is happening. If there is any error here, we can check in the logs. So yeah, this is done. Let us check if our website is loaded. Currently it is not. Let me reload this page. There you go. We have our image here. This is it. So for this small issue, it almost took 5 to 10 minutes with all the complications that we had. But it took the whole day for my friends. I mean, yeah, we can actually call him and say, this is it, guys. You need to integrate few tools and you can happily work on it, right? Now, yeah, that is it for the demo. We have successfully completed our demo, and we were able to fix this issue very quickly than him, because he took whole day to do this, because it is all old school and all manual processes. Here it's all seamless, and it's all through. We have Jenkins, which is an open source DevOps tool, and then Jira Cloud and Bitbucket Cloud have seamless integration. And what else have we learned here? So if you see, like, once we have integrated DevOps into our process, it increased our productivity, right? So the other day he worked on this one task whole day. Now we were able to complete it within 15 minutes, right? So obviously productivity increases, and we can work on more tasks for that day. And also it improved the project visibility. Previously his manager doesn't know, or he doesn't know what is happening. They were clueless. They have some wrong communication between them. But here in this case, we have this Jenkins issue, and then we have this Bitbucket pipeline, which is visible to his manager and which is visible to management, everyone in the team, so they can see it, what changes are made, and they can approve it very quickly. And also, there is a scope for automation, right? So we saw automation in case of deployment. So we did not manually compile the code and then deploy it. So we had this Jenkins pipeline beautifully designed to do this automation, and we were able to do it very quickly, isn't it? So lastly, I would like to say, like, it's not only about the tools that we use, it's the mindset of the teams or the companies where we work to adapt to DevOps, because it's not always tools, right? It's the mindset of people. Like, if you see, my manager was humble enough, he showed me what the exact error was, and everything was properly documented, and it was properly commented everywhere. What happened, what went wrong, what was changed, and it was easy for everyone to go with the flow, and we were able to successfully fix the issue, right? So as I promised, this is it, guys. If you have any questions about this, shoot out to me, and I'll try to answer. You can also connect with me by scanning this QR code. Do we have any questions, or let me look at the chat? All right. I don't see any questions. If there are no questions, maybe I'll ask some questions. That I'll give 1 minute of time. Maybe if someone has any questions, they'll shoot out to me. Otherwise, I'll ask some questions. Guys, be ready. Yeah, go ahead, Bibit. I hope you're typing in some question. Yeah. Yes, there is a native integration between Jira and Git. At the same time, as we see, Jira Cloud and Bitbucket Cloud can be seamlessly integrated. We saw in the other session where Vedant has explained about various integrations, how this can be done. Yes, there are also third-party plugins that are available, and we can also integrate Jira with Jenkins directly, where we have pipeline visibility. Yes, correct. And what is the question? Oh yes, we can also integrate Bitbucket CI/CD deployments to Jenkins. There are uh, third-party plugins and webhooks that are available in the marketplace, which we can use to integrate them. Okay. One standard advantage of any paid marketplace apps is we have this standard support if the plugin is not working. That would be the same case if Bitbucket deployments is not working, we can straight away go to Atlassian. Whereas when we use this open source softwares like Jenkins, we had to rely on the community for the questions. That is one major. And we can also request for any features, custom features for the third-party vendors who we paid these plugins and procured, so that they might add us if it is there in their deployment plan. So that is another added advantage of using a paid plugin. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Any more questions? If not, I'll ask one question. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I have two questions. So in this presentation, when I showed the website, that is not secure. I'm not sure how many of you observed. We used a public IP for it. Did anyone notice what is that public IP? You can comment if it is yes, you have, or you haven't. So make sure your website is always secure. It has an SSL and it has a proper certificate installed. Don't leave it open to public IP. So that is one question. And another question is, what is the project name where we uh, stored our source code? Where I showed the Bitbucket, right? We created a branch there. Did anyone observe what is the project? Name of the project? DevOps show is the name of this event, not the project name. Okay, it's simple. It's a Trundle dev project. I guess you guys might not have observed. These are very small things I just wanted to ask. All right. If there are any other questions. Okay. I don't see any other questions. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in. It was, I hope you had great time in JiraCon and in this session as well. Do reach out to me in case if you have any doubts. Scan this code or you can connect me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Let us head to the closing session. I guess I have left a lot of time to you guys. You can explore JiraCon, play games. They are still left. I guess most of them are already covered by the participants. Yeah, I agree with it. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining.